Boy, these are nervous times for these drivers. Tires are really cold, track's cold. Not a lot of grip out there, especially under braking, getting in the corner. Already lap 1, we saw the 12 of Ryan Blaney lock up a left front tire getting into the corner.
And Mike, this is the third pole in a row for that 78 car. And remember last week, he dominated the race. He's not won on a short track. Martin Truex Jr. I'm talking about. I think today might be a day when he does just what he did last week, lead a lot of laps and maybe win this race.
Well, he's got a mirror full of Kyle Busch, who I think he wants to go out there and lead some laps today.
Turn 4, Bubba Wallace up the racetrack, and he gets into J.J. Yaley. Well, they sorted it all out. I thought we were going to have a caution there.
Here, talking to the bottom.
Yeah, and he got up out of the groove and got some of that debris from the other tires onto his right side tire, so he just has no grip, or maybe even he has a tire going down.
Yeah, it looked like he may be coming up pit road.
Here's a look at it. Wow.
Oh, yeah, maybe he have a flat right rear tire.
Matt?
Mike, that's what Bubba Wallace told his team. I believe I have a flat right front tire on this 43. That's why you saw him start to move to the high sign to save it from going into the fence.
Well, and I think that's why Brad's put so much pressure on Denny Hamlin. You know, he knows how important those playoff points were for Martin Truex Jr. last year, and he wants to get every one of them he can possibly get.
You ever driven a snowplow?
No, I haven't.
It's easy. You just line up the left side and listen for the right.
I'm driven a lot of dump trucks, but not a lot of snow plows.
Some of them on a racetrack.
That's right.
Joey Logano has slid back to 10th, trying to hold on to the final stage point. Jimmy Johnson behind J.J. Yaley, who's doing a nice job in the 0-0 today. He's got to give ground, though, with the passing flag out for the number 3.
I think Brad, though, is using a lot of good judgment here, Mike. I mean, we're just talking about a stage win. We got a long way to go in this race. Don't tear the front end up, knock the car out, or make Denny Hamlin mad at this point.
And
got
again,
a long way to go.
And as we just saw, Hamlin's got really good drive off the corner, even this late in the run.
But it sure is fun to watch. These stage, having these stage breaks.
Jamie McMurray next ahead for the leader.
Yeah, no slouch here at Martinsville either. Jamie McMurray started pretty far back. Just trying to maintain, stay on that lead lap here.
Brad Keselowski won both the stages here last fall, finished 4th.
You can see right there how much Jamie McMurray's really... Oh!
And they get into the 51, who goes way up the racetrack. Harrison Rhodes, and fortunately out of harm's way, because they were coming.
Yeah, I think the rear tires are just shot on all these drivers, especially the one in McMurray.
Denny Hamlin wins stage 1 from Keselowski, Blaney, Kyle Busch, and Boyer. On the restart, Ryan Blaney. Denny Hamlin take the green with Keselowski and Kyle Busch right behind them.
Well, this could get pretty interesting here. Both Joe Gibbs Racing teammates on the outside. Boy, look at the job Hamlin's doing, trying to get that lead from Ryan Blaney.
That launch off the corner that Denny talked about and we've observed.
Wow, that was impressive.
That really helps him so much, whether he's on the inside or the outside. He can just get back to the gas a little quicker, get a little advantage.
Right there in 1 and 2, Hamlin rolled the corner better. That was the difference, but Blaney comes right back dead even.
Yeah, Mike, and again, it takes so much skill for Ryan Blaney to run on the inside of Denny Hamlin and not slide up into him and mess them both up. He really has to work hard to keep that car off of the 11.
Right there, and I know it's a little early. I don't know if I'd be quite that nice. I think I'd just move him up just a little bit, but he didn't have to. He did a great job making that pass on Denny Hamlin.
146 laps. We got a long way to go, brother.
Now, on that caution flag, as things settle down a little here, Jamie McMurray got the free pass. Casey Kane was too fast exiting. Chris Buescher, too many men over the wall, and Austin Dillon too fast entering a pit road. Those were the penalties. While Ryan Blaney is driving away, let's check with Jamie.
Well, Mike, I'm in the 19 pit box for Daniel Suarez, and we walked by, and the team stopped me and said, look at this. The rear changer, when he made that last change on the last stop, his gun completely snapped in half. He was able to complete that stop. We've heard about some gun issues. This is the first time we've seen one this extreme.
That's just,
wow, that's extreme.
The frustration these teams have, and we got a battle here for second place, pretty darn good one too, between the 11 and the 2. But the problem the teams have with the air guns is they can't fix anything. That gun is assigned to them, and they don't have any control over quality control, I guess you'd say.
This has been, dare I say, a caution-free race, but for the competition yellow at lap 50 and the stage-ending caution at lap 130. Looks like we're going to stay green to the end of stage 2. The final stage will be 140 or 240 laps long.
Mike, I think most of the guys that race here, we know it's 500 laps. We usually go about 300, 350 laps before we lose our mind. And then when that happens, all heck breaks loose. Just tell you, you've been out there long enough.
You're gonna lose something: brakes, tires, or your mind.
Your mind.
3 to go. And pit road is closed with 2 to go. Now Casey Kane already a lap down. Here comes Boyer. He's looking to the inside. Casey Kane is there, and Blaney had to go to the outside, which he's not had to do in this run, to get by Casey Kane. And Boyer had a shot.
He did, but that was another impressive move by Blaney to go to the outside of Casey Kane and complete that pass.
I tell you, Blaney is running this track like a lot of the veterans I've seen run this track. He almost looks like Jeff Gordon going around this place. He's so smooth, and he just knows when to go and when not to go.
Well, he might start making his collection of clocks here if he keeps running like this today.
No kidding.
There's the green and white checkered flag for Ryan Blaney. Boyer second, Kyle Busch third, Keselowski and Hamlin. Nice getaway by Blaney. He can't clear Kyle into the corner. Now he does.
Well,
never mind.
Makes a liar out of me.
Yeah,
I mean,
never mind.
That car is that good.
Oh, wow. I guess he wanted his teammate lined up behind him because Keselowski was right behind him. Thought maybe he could help him out maybe.
Well, he did give him a little nudge, but other than that, I don't know what help Keselowski could really give to Ryan Blaney on that outside second row, but he didn't need it. I am so impressed with the way he arced that car through the corner on the top groove.
That's got to be demoralizing to Kyle Busch in that 18 car when you drive around me on the outside.
De Benedetto having some smoke. Looks like a tire up the left front.
Well, that is courtesy of Chase Elliott. Chase was trying to race his way up through the field, and he sent Matt almost up into the wall in turn 3. So De Benedetto has to pit. Now right in Blaney's tire tracks. Larry, let's go back to 6th place. And that punch out in the nose of Brad Keselowski's car. When they serviced his car on pit road, they hardly even took a look at it.
Well, yeah, we've been looking at that hole, and you can see it right there. I mean, that is quite a hole. But Mike, I just have to believe it's not something you want to see in the nose of your race car. But I just think Paul Wolf figures the risk of trying to repair that and losing position is not worth giving it up.
Thanks, Larry. And we've got a new leader for the first time today. Clint Boyer is out in front in Martinsville.
Boy, and he made it look so easy.
Yeah, he did.
He just drove right by Blaney. I don't think Blaney put up a real big fight, but boy, that 14 car is going.
Well, and that's what I think Blaney decided to do, and you got to give that young man a lot of credit for the patience he has. He knows this is a long run possibly coming, and there's no reason to fight and wear those tires out right now, and especially trying to run the pace that both Kyle Busch and Clint Boyer are running right now.
A.J. Allmendinger's in the middle of it. They're about to catch Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, and Kevin Harvick brake checked the 11 of Hamlin. I don't know if he just got really loose or if he brake checked it, but Hamlin got in the back of him.
Yeah, push is coming to shove here.
So he got position of 4 does. He's down underneath him.
Contact with the 78 and the 11.
Little contact there. And
then Denny got a run on the 4 car. A lot happened right there in about a half a lap. And somehow the 11 was ahead of the 4.
Kind of pushes him out of the way. I'm sure that
Oh, okay, that's what led to the initial contact. And then the 78's going to come in, make contact with the 11. And I think because of that, the 11 went up there and made a little contact with the 4. And boy, Kevin Harvick did not like that and just stood on the brakes coming off of turn 4.
Turn 2, Jamie McMurray in the wall.
There you go.
Ready here, yellow. Caution's out.
Boy, what a break for Clint Boyer.
That's
incredibly so. McMurray was 19th. He was around that Eric Jones, Ryan Newman, Daniel Suarez group. And we were hearing on the radio that Clint Boyer had been told you're going to need to pit in about 10 laps. So it is a break for him. Let's see what happens to the 1.
Oh, the 3 of Austin Dillon got a little bit loose, tried to correct, and got in the left rear of Jamie McMurray, spun him around.
Green flag. And Boyer trying to take off ahead of Kyle Busch from the outside. Nice arc into turn 1. And Boyer's going to come out with the lead.
Boy, look who's back up here in the front of the field. That 78 car has found his way back to the front of the field. 41 car there, Kurt Busch outside, 12 up there. Blaney on the inside. We got us a race, boys.
Yeah, Kurt Busch has seen how that outside lane has worked for his teammate Clint Boyer. He's going to try to make it work. I don't think you can stay out there for long, though. It seems to really abuse the tires and lose a lot of momentum off the corner if you stay out there for a couple of laps.
Be interested to see if they got that 12 car fixed up, because he was awesome there, and then they had a pit stop and it went the wrong way apparently, but it looks pretty good now. Blaney in the 12.
And I thought he was pretty good at the end of that run. We saw him, he lost some positions, but he moved his way back up into what I believe third or fourth position.
Yeah, Chase Elliott underneath Keselowski now. That's for 9th place. Here is the gap for the lead. Still about 1.2 seconds. Jimmy Johnson splitting the 2 leaders. Boyer and Kyle Busch.
Mike, sometime you'll come here and you'll see a car that's just about perfect all day long. Early on, that 14 didn't look that great, but from about 2/3 of the race on, that thing's been on the money.
Jamie McMurray smoking. Remember, he was involved in the only incident of the day.
He's got to get
Austin Dillon got into him.
He's got to get all the way around to the back straightaway before that tire comes apart, puts out any possible debris on the track. Looks like he's going to make it to pit road.
'51 got into the wall in the back straightaway, Harrison Rhodes, but continues multiple laps down.
Mike, isn't it funny how you get the last 8, 10, 12 laps of race and everything cars start smoking, guys start almost spinning out. It's just like the last 10 laps are so crazy.
And Boyer, he's seeing all of that. He just saw McMurray pull to the inside.
Nice smooth, brother. Like you've been all day. 6 more.
McMurray made it to his pit. No problem.
I could just hear Clint right now inside that helmet. He's going, no!
Are you kidding me?
And then the car pulls on the pit road. Oh, okay. No!
Oh, gosh. Brett Griffin. Brett is
There's another one right by Boyer.
Unbelievable.
That's it for Rhodes.
Now, Brett Griffin has been Boyer's spotter, I think, ever since he's been in Cup. They're good friends. They're from home together, and he does a really nice job helping Clint through these tough situations.
We once had a driver in Cup named Del McCowart from Savannah, Georgia, who made the pages of Sports Illustrated when he was quoted saying, maybe I never won a race, but I never lost a party. Well, Clint Boyer never lost a party either. And in 5 more laps, there could be a big one. His Jayhawks made the Final 4. And yesterday, he took a bunch of kids to the NASCAR Hall of Fame on his snow day. Watching the battle for 9th.
Well, I can tell you one thing. If he wins this race and he's only about 3.5 laps away, there will be a party.
And it probably won't end until Texas.
Probably not. Good thing there's a week off.
Well, there's a bit of a party happening right in front of him with some lap cars, so he's got to get clear of that over these next few laps first.
Almirola there. That's not for position. Almirola's last car on the lead lap.
Still there. Half straightaway gap, man. 1.5 more.
So they get underneath David Reagan.
No bumper. All clear, all clear, all clear.
And the white flag waves.
All clear, man. All clear. All clear. Race is official. Bring this thing home. Playoff first, a Busch Clash entry, and an all-star race, Hollow.
Tick-tock, grandfather clock. Clint Boyer wins Martinsville.
Yeah, 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 yeah! Yeah!
Woohoo!
Yeah, buddy, yeah! All right, all right!
What is he going to do now?
He's doing burnouts.
Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to hit the wall.
I've never seen anybody start doing burnouts before they even got back around.
Great job, everybody.
Come on around here, dude.
Don't get stuck in the grass down
Oh
there.
my gosh. He went down in the third turn. I thought he was going to hit the wall.
He started doing a burnout about 80 miles an hour down the back straightaway.
9th career win in his 439th start. His last win came October 2012 at Charlotte. First time he's won at Martinsville, and Clint Boyer taking home the checkered flag. He was runner-up in this race 5 years ago. Led more laps today than in his last 159 starts combined.
You can't be on the roof.
You know what? He can be anywhere he
Yes,
wants.
he can.
An incredible journey for Clint Boyer. 6 times he has finished second over the past 6 years. What a journey. Can you describe the relief?
You know, to have it come here, this is a place where I've gotten so close. I wanted to win this grandfather clock so bad. I mean, Patty come over. We got so close back in 2012, and to see him and everybody, you know, Mike, Booga, everybody on this team, everybody at Stewart Haas Racing. This year, we learned last year. Obviously, Harvick came on strong at the end of last year, but it was a learning year for our team with the 14 bunch. It was just time. So for whatever reason, it felt right driving up here. Such a cool place to be able to drive up through the countryside on a 2-lane road and think about the race. And I told him this morning, I was like, damn it, we got to get a picture in Victory Lane. And he told me he wanted a checkered flag. We get that checkered flag. Let me tell you something. Gene Haas, Tony Stewart, to give you know, this old dog a fresh chance and fresh blood, new opportunity. It's just a weight off the shoulders, man. It's been a long time. You start to question if you can get it done or not. To have it come at this place, I'm telling you, it meant a lot.